Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Jay Rana Show. As always, we are at the Titan Union Event Center recording today, and today I have a very special guest. Her name is Vedangi. We're going to call her V from White Waves Events. A big round of applause for her. V, what's going on? How are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your presence. Yes. I want to talk to you about your knowledge. I want to talk to you about who you are, what you do, why you do what you do, and all that beautiful stuff.
I'm excited.
I'm glad. I'm glad. You know, we try to talk to a lot of our vendors, talk about their backgrounds, because you know what? Being a vendor in the wedding industry, I mean, you got to have some type of, I want to say expertise, but more than expertise, you got to have some type of ego. Yes. And the reason why you need to have an ego is because all Indian people, they have an ego, right? So when you deal with egos and uncles and aunties and dadas and daddies and so forth and so on, everyone knows the best.
Yes. Yes,
I know everything better. I know what to do. No, auntie, you really don't know what to do.
And they change everything on D-Day.
They do. They change everything in the last time, the last minute, the last second. No, by the way, can I get 20 bottles of water? Wait, what? When are you going to get 20 bottles of water? By the way, the priest is not here. Can you do something? What do you want me to do?
Yeah,
you want me to do swaha? I can do swaha if you want. That's all I got. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff.
True.
So V, you were born and raised in India, right? And you work in business development for a prominent diamond company.
Right.
Right. And you still do that at your 9 to 5?
Yes, I do.
Talk to me about that.
So I came here as a 21-year-old girl to do my master's. Did not know what the path is going to be. Did my MBA, started interning, finished it. Joined full-time for the same company.
Right.
I've been working with them since then. I've grown with them in all ways possible. They've groomed me professionally. I cannot thank them enough.
Nice.
And I love that job.
You want to plug them real quick?
No.
Like, no, I can't do that right now. That just means they're a prestigious company.
It's a prestigious company. Okay. I like it and I love my work. I love the way I am given a certain position, my team, everything. I love it. But then I also love what I do as a wedding planner.
Right.
Because I think that was my calling. And a few
years ago. And it's always a
ago,
calling, right? Like everyone does their corporate jobs. I start off as, corporate as well.
Yeah.
But the wedding industry, it's a calling.
Yes.
Like you can't just wake up one day and be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to DJ in the wedding industry. I'm going to plan weddings in the wedding industry. No.
It's a process.
Right. The wedding industry is a living, I say it all the time, V. The wedding industry is a living, breathing thing.
True.
It's an entity.
Very true.
Right? It has its mind of its own.
Yes.
It has a pulse. It really does. And it calls you and you're drawn to it. It's like, okay, I'm coming. And it's such, the journey to that wedding industry is not for the faint of heart. I'll tell you right now.
No.
I mean, you already know.
I know it.
Right?
And it's not easy. It's nobody's piece of cake. Nothing is a piece of cake. First of all, so is the wedding industry.
Yeah.
Like this industry is as tough as any other industry can be. It is not a easy cookie to just crack open and enjoy it. It takes time. It takes your effort. Hard work is the key, like in all ways. But definitely want to make this my full time. Not right now. It's a process. A year down the line, 2 years down the line, and want to do this full time.
Nice.
But right now I'm enjoying the better of both worlds and giving my best to make this bigger and bigger every year.
Nice. Yeah. I've been following you on your IG. I've been following you on your work. Fantastic job.
Thank you.
Fantastic job. Definitely impressed. How long have you been in the events industry? Like, how long have you been doing this?
So I started 3 years ago.
Okay.
But I officially registered my company a little more than a year ago.
Okay.
Because I was not sure how good this is going to be or how big this is going to be.
How do you like it so far?
I love it.
You love it, right?
I love it.
Either you love it or you hate it.
Correct.
There's no middle ground there.
Yes, no middle ground. And if you don't love it, no need to do it, is what I feel. Because you're ruining all your clients' life.
Right.
And all the work that you do and the people that you meet and touch in your life. So it's not right if you don't love it.
Right.
Yeah.
Why do you think people would hate this? I mean, the wedding industry is very stressful.
It is very stressful.
Like I said before, it's not for the faint of heart.
Yes,
So what makes you think people like, no, you know what, this is not for me?
I think if they don't have people skills.
100%.
If they don't have, because people skills is all you need for this, like big skill. You need a lot of 100 more skills, but people skills is the most that you need. And multitasking, juggling, prioritizing, being ready to work 24/7.
Right.
Everybody has family.
That's that
Everybody
work ethic
has.
part, right?
Yes, yes. Because you will have clients who work at different times and are available at different times, and they want you at that time. You might have to go visit at places, visit for them, on behalf of them. There are many things. And even to talk with other vendors, there's no fixed hour.
Right.
So one has to be ready to give that in. And that takes a toll on family sometimes.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to have a support system that, like right now I'm here, but my husband is helping me out.
Right.
He was like, okay, you go, I'm here. I have house help, I have my parents here, but still everybody counts. Each and everybody.
Everybody has a role to play.
Everybody has a role to play.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that support system is huge.
Yes.
You know, you're a new mom.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
He was born in January, right? So
Yeah.
he's 9 months old now.
Yeah, yeah.
And how does that affect your work life? Like your wedding, like
Yeah.
the wedding scene,
Yeah.
plus your 9 to 5, you're a new mom,
Yeah.
you're here with me here at the Titan. I'm sure it's like, you know, everyone's pulling at you in all different
Yes.
ways. Plus you have
Yes.
clients.
Yes. Yes.
So how's that
yes.
working out for you? I mean, I guess it's all like the priorities, right?
Yes. I mean, I'm trying to juggle it as best as I can.
Yeah.
I am dedicated to my 9 to 5. I'm dedicated to my son. I do have help, as I said, but I do want to be a mom. Everybody wants to be the best mom for their kids. So
Right.
I am doing everything possible. But at the same time, so I started my company like I started working 3 years ago, but a little more than a year ago, I registered my company.
Yeah.
5 months later, I got to know that I have a child.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. So my child and this company are
Round of
actually
applause to
growing
you.
together, and they're growing well. They're
Nice,
growing
nice,
really well.
nice. You know, earlier you said that you get pulled in all different directions, right?
Yeah.
So who takes priority for you? Like to me, the bride and groom, they always take
Yes.
priority, right?
Yes, 100%.
Uncles and aunties, they want to come in, the moms and dads. No, beta, you have to do this. Auntie,
yeah,
I love you. I love what
Yes,
you're doing.
yes,
I love
yes.
the role that you have to play. I use that word all the time. The role that you're playing in this wedding, the role that you're playing in
I
your
love
son or
that for
daughter's
yeah.
life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But this is their day,
Yeah.
right? You can help them, you can answer their questions. But I'm going to talk to the bride and groom. I feel like they hired me, they hired you because you guys vibe.
Yes.
You guys
Yes,
connected.
yes,
So
yes.
many different competitors out there. Why did they choose you?
Yes.
Because you guys vibe.
I
That's
think
the biggest thing.
everybody is not choosing a package or a price or a service. They're choosing the person and the personality.
100%.
It's nothing else. That
Right.
is the deal breaker or a deal maker.
And I say
Nothing
this,
else can.
a deal breaker or a deal maker.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know, like I talk about the blueprint behind the wedding industry, the blueprint behind doing a wedding, right? There has to be a blueprint, right? You're gonna have your structure.
Yes.
Because the structure is important for a successful event. So you're gonna have the morning ceremonies, you're gonna have your moving pieces.
Yes.
You're gonna have your lunch, your moving pieces, your photo session, your moving pieces, so forth and so on. But during those pieces, that's all like moving, you're gonna have your own twist to it, your own personality,
Yes.
your own team,
Yes.
how they work cohesively with each other, with the guests.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
my particular team as well. I don't call any of my team members coordinators. They're all leaders.
Yes.
You know, they have to be because they're an extension of myself. I'm sure the same for you.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes I'm like on my walkie-talkie, I'm like, you take the best decision because you're there.
Right.
And I'm somewhere else in the venue. They are somewhere else in the venue. And they're telling me things on the walkie-talkie. And I'm like, you take the best decision.
Right.
Like you said, they are the leaders too. And if your team is not trained or ready for that situation, then I don't look good.
Right.
Because it's my responsibility to make sure each and every team I took over there is fully ready, trained, and knows what they're doing.
Right.
So I like the term leaders. I'm going to go back and do that next time.
Absolutely. I try to get my team involved in all my meetings,
Yes,
right?
yes.
All
It's
my
very
Zoom
important.
calls,
Yes.
right? They can be in the
Yes.
background, don't have to
Yes.
have the video on, but at least you know what we're talking about.
They're listening. First-hand information.
100%.
Yes.
If I talk to you, if they talk to me about something, so if something's going to be lost in translation,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And that gray area
Is
that
the most
sucks.
important. Yes.
Right. So at least they know what's happening. Because listen, we do a lot of events, you do a lot of
Yeah.
events. Sometimes you forget.
Yes.
I mean,
We're human.
We're human.
We're human.
You're gonna forget maybe a small detail. Listen, you got your support system.
Yes.
You're gonna remember everything.
Yes.
They're taking care of you just like you're taking care of them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's funny because you said that this is 365, 24/7.
Yes.
When you book a client,
Yes.
24/7. I hate to say this, but not all companies follow that same structure, follow that mindset. I came across a few companies. I'm not going to name any, but you know exactly who you are. They limit the number of phone calls. They limit the number of meetings. They limit when they can talk and when they cannot talk. I feel like that's ludicrous. It makes no sense to me. I mean, if my bride is paying me an X number,
Exactly.
right, and they want to talk to me at 10 at night, they shoot me a text, Jay, I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, I'm there.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't expect to be on a phone call. When I say 24/7, I'm not saying 24/7 Zoom call, Google Meet, or, talking with them. I'm like, if they text you probably and put them
Right.
at ease. Say, reply something and put them at ease. I
Right.
think that's what our role is.
Right.
And then maybe handle it the next day.
Right.
But they are at ease, which
Right.
is the most important.
Right. I try to reply back to all my emails
Yeah.
as soon as we can. The reason behind this, we're connected to this.
Yes.
Our phone is our best friend,
Yes,
right?
yes,
There's no
yes.
reason for me to skip an email
Yeah.
because I'm doing something that's not my first priority. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
I'll get back to you within an hour or 2
Yes.
hours, but there's some people who don't get back to you for days. And I spoke to those customers and I spoke to those planners and what the situation was. Because the more information I get, the better.
The more you know.
The more you know, right? That's like that Channel 4. What's that thing? The more you know, with the star coming across the board. I think that's for old. I'm pretty old. I'm not sure how old you are or if you remember that. But on Channel 4 on NBC during like prime time, even at nighttime, like 6 p.m. onward, there will be like a special thing with the star going across the board. It says, "The more you know."
The more you know.
I'm telling you.
Nice.
I was going to use that as one of my logos. The more you know.
You should.
For Jay Rana events.
You should.
There's a lot of cool things out there.
Many cool things. If
telling
we
you.
start incorporating everything, we'll be changing our logos and all our brand kit every month, every year.
Well, branding is important, right?
It is.
Like Coca-Cola, they never changed their color scheme. They changed their fonts here and there. They maybe changed their jingle, but their color scheme is very important.
yes.
Like my first business card under Roz Entertainment was red. And the reason why it was red because the science of the color behind it, right? Because red is more of an impact.
Vibrant.
Right. The next color was green, which is more forest color. That was more like neutral, I want to say, right? You're like you're growing. The brown colors, that was very, very neutral. That says like you made it, right? Gold and browns.
Color stock.
Right,
Color stock.
right. And they talk so much. It's the energy behind it.
Yes.
I'm a strong believer in the energy. I'm a Pisces, right? February 24th. I'm a Pisces. I'm a big believer in energy coming and going. So colors talk, branding talk.
Yes.
When I speak to a customer, I figure out how they vibe with me.
Yes.
Body language, how they're sitting,
Yes.
how they're
Everything
talking to me. Are they questioning me? Am I questioning them? Is this a debate? Is this a conversation? I try to
And you
walk-
get to know, do you want to work with them?
Right.
Because that is also something, because a lot of people, I mean, you want clients, you love all the clients, but then you get to know who's going to be easy to work with, who's going to be difficult to work
Right.
with. And sometimes when you have 100 clients lined up, then you become the chooser.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of vendors who have been doing that they choose who they want to work with. I'm not
Right.
at that stage yet.
Right.
To be very frank, I would get there, but I don't even want to be the chooser. If I'm getting work, I'm happy to get work.
Understood.
But I think a lot of times you get to know what you're signing up for.
Right.
And you can be mentally ready for that, such that you can handle the situation that's coming in the future much better.
100%. I
But
can't agree with you
personalities
more.
talk, their body language is going to talk. The way they're going to talk with you, ask questions, tells a lot about everything they want the event to look like.
100%.
Yeah.
I had an example when a client came in and we were just sitting, we were just having a conversation. It became like, it wasn't an interview, it was like an interrogation.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, and I'm sitting back just like I'm doing right now, having a frank conversation.
Yeah.
And you're just going, they want to check all the boxes, which is perfectly fine, right? But it became an interrogation.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
Because
told her,
question after question, question
right.
after question.
And I'm like, let's just drop the questions. Let's talk. Talk to me about your vision that you have.
Yeah.
How can I play an important role in creating that vision for you, right? Aside from the logistics,
Yeah.
aside from the day of coordination, I'm talking about the design of it, right?
Yes.
The sense,
Yes.
the scent.
The theme, how you
Right.
want it to flow, how you want it to look, A lot of people don't want to talk about that, and that actually puts me off, because those are the questions even I want to ask in the first part of the first conversation. But all they want to know is, what are your packages? What do you do?
Those clients are finding you from Google. Now all they're going to do is hire you based on pricing. It's that simple.
Exactly.
They're going to be like, well, Jay, listen, you're charging so much more. Well, I charge 15 to 25% above the market rate because that's my comfort zone. And that's a fact. And I've been doing the same thing on the Jay Rana events, my DJ concept. I charge 15 to 25% above the market rate because I feel like I'm worth it. You know, from the experience I have, the team I bring on board, right? And the dedication.
And the expertise, the experience. That has no...
And the thing is, like, I'm not going to block you from like, you only limited to 2 phone calls per night.
You have full access.
Full access, 24/7. I'm telling you, my brides, they call me. My grooms, they call me all hours of the night. A thought process. I'm sure you played the role of a therapist as well.
100%. I think we should be paid to be therapists, because the mom is calling and saying some things, and the daughter is calling and saying some things, and then we are like the arbitrator. Okay, let's find a middle ground.
Right.
She likes this, you like this. Okay, let's do this. So I think most of the times in my last 3 years, I think I've been a very big arbitrator to fix things and to get a decision made based on everybody being happy.
Does it always work?
Sometimes.
Any pushback?
We always go with what the bride wants eventually.
Yeah.
When there is no middle ground coming.
Right.
We always just say, okay,
what about the groom though?
Groom, of course. Groom usually is okay with whatever the bride is saying. Usually. Unless they have a different opinion. I had few grooms who had certain ways and opinions in which they wanted things, and the bride was accommodating, so we of course took their opinions and did things. And as you said, grooms are not given that much room to decide things as much other people get. But some grooms are deciding, some brides are deciding.
I feel like there's a problem with that. I feel like there's a bridezilla, which is fine. There's also a groomzilla, which is fine too. But you said it. You said that the grooms are not given that much responsibility, or they don't have they're not given the room to make decisions.
I think they can make decisions, but I think they have to be given that opportunity probably, or the space to do that, because I think most of the times the decision makers are the brides and the other parents probably.
All the time. There's no probably. There's
no problem. No problem. It's just we have to be in consensus. My only point is, if we are all on the same page, anybody can be a decision maker. I'm here to help you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like what you said. We are here to help you. You know, we're an option. You guys called us.
Yeah.
You guys hired us.
Yeah.
To work with you.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, listen to you.
Yeah.
Listen to what I have to say. There's a reason why you're paying me. There's a reason why you're trusting me for your best day.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So trust you, listen to you. I'm going to give you some advice. You're the therapist. I mean, there's a big role to play.
Yes.
There's a lot of instances on my end too. We can't talk about it here because, you know, privacy reasons, all that good stuff. My contract is very tight knit.
Yes.
Whatever we talk about, personal and business, it stays.
Yeah.
It stays. But, you know, we learn. We learn how to communicate. And communication is huge. I feel like customer service, client service is all service based, right? You need to make sure you put yourself in their shoes.
Yes.
The groom's shoes, the bride's shoes, even the mom and dad's shoes.
Yes.
Because again,
all of them.
They have a role to play. They're sitting in the mandap as well.
Yeah.
They're thinking something.
And they also want, it's their kids' big day.
Right.
Their whole family, relatives, everybody's there. I'm sure the parents are planning this big day since the child is born. And today the day has come. So they want it spectacular. I 100% agree. And they mean well. They definitely mean well.
Yeah.
But sometimes when them and the couple are not on the same page, then we are in the fit. Because only we are accessible, the couple is not.
Right.
And then if we don't do what they just said, they'll be unhappy, but if we do it, the couple will be unhappy.
Right.
So we don't know which way to go to make sure things go well.
So what do you do?
So I sometimes try to tell them that, hey, this is what she wanted and that's why we are doing it. So let's do it because of that. But then if they say, okay, but this is the issue, and if the issue is big enough, we'll just quickly go gives a heads up to them, and if they are okay with it, we'll do it. But then I hate to disturb the couple.
Yeah.
But then I have to. So it's a fit. Again, but we evaluate the situation as per it comes.
Right. Well,
But disturbing the couple, even I tell the DJs and the MCs and the photographers and everybody that, hey, I'm there as a planner, as a day of coordinator, ask me, because I think most of the questions that you go and ask them, I know the answers to.
100%.
And we as a team shouldn't bother them for any little thing, may what it be. So sometimes it goes the way I said, but sometimes it doesn't, because they have a relationship directly with them.
Yeah.
So they want to go and show that we're working and ask questions. But I don't think that's the
You
point.
emphasize
We're working as a team. Yeah, we're
Right.
working as a team. I'm not going and showing what I did. So I wish everybody did that. Some are amazing. Some vendors are just there to work as a team and make it all look together and unified and working
That's the
for
most
that
important
event.
thing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like at the end you feel so fulfilled and satisfied, and the couple feels nice, the family feels nice, instead of each and every one going and asking them questions. I mean, that is the last thing I want them to feel if I'm the planner or the day of coordinator.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like all the vendors, I say this
Yeah.
before and I'll say it again
Yeah.
over and over again.
Yeah.
Synergy.
Synergy. Yes.
Everybody has to work together.
Yes.
Don't worry about the bride and groom. They
Yeah.
already trusted you to make you part of their big day, which is huge, right?
Yeah.
Now working together as a team, let them enjoy themselves.
Yes.
Let them enjoy the kebabs.
Yes.
Let them enjoy the chicken tikka masala. Let them
Yes.
enjoy everything from A to Z,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You sit back, you do your job, the DJ does their job, the photography, everybody works together.
Yeah.
And it's just a smooth transition,
Yes.
you know?
And it's amazing. Those are the dream teams.
Right.
And if it works out great together, you never know how many opportunities each one of us get, and we recommend each other and work together many times. And it just increases your own business.
Right.
If that synergy matches, and you would want to work with that one person.
Do you have a dream team?
I do. Some
Nice.
vendors, I just love them. I would want them to be there for every event. But
Right.
then again, each couple has different requirements, different budgets
Have you
that
come
we are
across
working
any
with.
vendors that are not part of the dream team?
I mean, everybody's amazing, but in
Okay.
their own sector.
Okay.
Doesn't mean if I don't like it that it is not good. It doesn't mean like that. They're amazing. They're of course in business. People are going to them, which means they're good also.
Right.
So it's just that probably I did not match up
Okay.
or become comfortable
Does
or
that
was comfortable
cause any
in that way.
friction on the day of?
Sometimes it does, especially with the venue. The venue, I feel, hate a planner. They hate a day of coordinator. I don't know why, but I do get a feel sometimes from some venues. And some venues love it. Why? Because less job for them.
Right.
But some venues don't like it. Why? Because it feels like it reduces the tip they were getting at the end of the night, or
Right.
it reduces some recognition that they will get at the end of the night. But that's not true. You're doing a separate thing. I'm doing a separate thing. You're managing the event for the venue, from the venue side.
Right.
I'm managing the event from all the vendors, the family and the couple's side,
Right.
and making sure things are happening. So it's two separate. I even did a video on my Instagram explaining the two separate roles that the maitre d' and the day of coordinator is expected to do.
Explain
And
that to me.
so the maitre d' basically is making sure the kitchen is ready, the caterer is ready, the tables are set, tablecloths, placements, silverware, the cake is coming in and out. That's them.
Right.
But the day of coordinator is actually making sure the DJ is here on time, the photographer is taking the shots, the family is ready, the bridal party is ready. Oh, the bridal party has to be there at this time. Why is it not there? Call them.
Right.
The decorator was supposed to be ready at 4. It's 3:45. So getting things, the maitre d' is not going to go and tell the decorator, what are you doing? Hey, buck up. No.
Right.
The favors have to be in certain place at certain time. Placements of place cards, menus, detailing of the table when the dinner starts or reception starts.
Right.
Many things. And then making sure the crowd is at this right place at the right time. The guests have started coming. They don't know where to go. The maitre d' is not coming and telling them. Sometimes they do at the start. But after that, nobody is actually there to. Some venues actually have separate staff to do that, but not all venues have it. So a day of coordinator is doing a lot from the family side, from all the other vendors' side. The maitre d' is doing things from the venue side, catering staff, and probably greeting the clients when they, greeting guests. I always say clients, but
I always
greeting the
say clients
guests.
all the time too.
Greeting the guests when they arrive at the venue. But there are different roles altogether.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
working at my 2 family banquet halls as a maitre d' as well, front of house management, back of house management, both at Milan's and the Excelsior. Then working as an event planner, I got to see all the different roles.
Yes.
What is the maitre d' going to be doing? What's his job? Because you can't, as a maitre d', you can't tell the DJ to lower the music. You can't tell the DJ, listen, you gotta play this for the first dance. That's not his job. As the event coordinator, you let the DJ know, listen, the first dance is coming up.
Yeah.
Make sure it's cued properly.
Yeah.
I know during our consultations, there was a special edit. Make sure you have the proper, the actual mix, all that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
The cool thing about the Titan, and I have to say this, from my experience as a maitre d', from my experience as an event planner, I merged it all to this space here, right? So
to make it as efficient as possible for everybody.
As efficient as possible. I'm a big believer in efficiency.
Yes.
Huge.
Yes.
So my team comes in and takes care of all of my clients, all my guests, right? From the point of view as a guest, from the point of view from the bride and groom,
Yes.
the client, the customer, right? Done. My other team, because I have 2 teams now, my other team runs the house. Runs the house as far as the kitchen, just like you said, right?
Yes.
Apps, dinner time, dessert, cake. There's plenty of times when custom bride and grooms, they do not know how to cut the cake. So
You have to tell them exactly what you're doing,
Right.
where you're cutting. Yeah.
Right. So what I've been doing is as a DJ, as an event host, I used to be on the mic, jump on the floor, go into the cake cutting celebration, and I tell them, listen, do you know how to cut the cake? 9 out of 10 times they're going to say no. No problem. Just cut the first slice. Just cut the first cut. I'll take over the rest. That's when I walk in, put the mic down, take the knife, cut the proper triangle piece, serve it, plate it, done. I took that and turned it into the knowledge I have as the maitre d' here. So everything is done properly, right? When my guests come in here, dude, there's no stress whatsoever.
Yeah.
They know that I'll take care of them from the first initial tour to hugs and kisses at the end of the night of the event. They're completely covered 100%. And it shows.
Yes.
It shows just from the hugs and kisses we get, from the testimonials. And not just that, but from all the clients coming back. I hate saying clients, all the guests coming back.
I think the guests that come to their wedding are our future clients.
100%.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's why you're going to have 100 guests, 100 clients to choose from. And at that point, you'll be able to say, you know what, I'm going to choose you to work with. I choose you so forth and so on, because you can't. Because the thing is, you got to be flexible yourself.
Yes.
Right? I feel like you have to be a chameleon.
Yes.
You have to have different personalities and know how to turn personalities on and off, right?
Yeah.
Working with one particular client, you're going to be type A. Great. Working with another client, you have to be type B.
Yes.
And it's easy for you to transition into that and know when to step up or take a step back and be like, you know what? I agree with you guys.
Yes.
We're going to run it this way. Because you already know what's going to happen. That's what
It's going to fall on your plate even if you agree to what they said.
Right.
Eventually, it's going to be like,
100%.
it's going to come to us, and that's the time when we probably will say what we suggest, and then the decision
But you can't say it in the beginning.
No, you can't.
You
and
can't.
don't even do that. Why? Because there's no receptiveness at that point.
Right.
The receptiveness comes later
Right.
when it falls into our court.
Right, right. Now, as a good planner, you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So you already took the right movements. You already did the right things to cover your ass then, right? So the bride and groom say, okay, we're going to do it this way. You did it that way. It didn't work out. So now you got to do it with option B.
Yeah.
But you already planned option B
Which
in the
we
beginning.
already have, yes.
You already pulled the trigger on it there. It's okay, no problem. It's done. Just like that.
Exactly.
Right? That's the key of a true event planner, I feel
And
like.
I think as a planner now, we have plan A to plan Z sometimes.
Right.
Because we exactly know the problems that occur. We
Right.
exactly know how to do things. And of course, with experience, we get more and more plan Bs and plan Cs to take care of our future when such things happen.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I walked into this one particular venue a while ago and it was hot. The heat was on.
Oh,
I'm
in summer?
Yeah, it's summertime.
Okay.
The heat was on. I'm like, where's the AC? AC's on. Nah, bro, it's not on. Why is it so hot? I'm talking about like good 85 degrees inside the ballroom.
That's
you
a
got 250 Indian people coming in. Bodies, 98 degrees. It's gonna get hot. It got so hot, sweating. I'm like, guys, you know what's gonna happen? You got all those windows. gonna have steam on all those windows. Guess what? Steam on all those windows. I told them to get ready with the squeegees. They weren't listening to me. That affected the videos, right?
Yes.
The temperature in the room also affects the cake,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And guess what? They didn't understand that, and it did. So we took precautions beforehand just to keep it iced as much as we possibly can and bring it out the last minute.
Yes.
Usually the cake is already out as part of the decor.
Yes.
The cake is stage left.
Yes.
The stage in the middle. The card box stage right. It's all part of the decor.
Yes.
I'm like, guys, we can't do it. And they good thing they listened to me. Because if they didn't, then we would have a big issue with the fallen cake. Because then what are you going to do after that, right?
Nothing.
I'm sure you have tons of stories as well. The best wedding that you've done, that means it's flawless.
Few.
A few. The worst wedding that you've done, that means, oh shit, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, but it didn't happen. And you learn from it, right?
You learn from it.
You gotta talk to me about those experiences.
I think those were my initial weddings.
Right.
Like 3 years ago when I started off, no experience. Of course, got some skills and some managerial, how to handle situations and how to do the work. But then on the day of, the things change. And at first, my first 10 weddings, I can never forget. Because I learned the most from those 10 weddings.
Right.
And how to manage people that come to you and tell 10 things, but the bride has already planned it for a year.
Right.
And you cannot change things for these people right now. And they are, of course, as you said, they are playing a role in the family and they are playing a role on that day, but you still cannot change and they get mad at you and they come and say things to you, but you have to still...
tough skin, right?
Thick skin is another thing, but having that work ethic and you have to be happy at the end of the day that you did something for the couple. You have to be happy. I thrive for that feeling of satisfaction that I gave the couple what they were looking for in the manner they were comfortable with, and it made all the guests happy and enjoy the event. I think that makes me happy and that's what I thrive for. And that's what I want from each and every wedding that I do. But when I don't get that feeling at the end of the night, because of certain situations that didn't go well, I don't feel good. And then I have to go back to the drawing board, see what went wrong. And then the next time I'm dealing with any new couple, from ground zero, I lay down the rules and be very clear in black and white. I think my contract was 5-page in my first year, but right now it is 12-page.
12 pages?
Because the clauses kept on adding.
Wow.
After each and every experience in each and every wedding, I grew as a person and I grew and I understood and I spoke with a lot of vendors.
Do you think that a 12-page contract is a turnoff?
It is not, because it has a lot of detailing, especially for a planner, because we're working with them for a year.
Right.
Sometimes 6 months, sometimes 8 months, sometimes a year. And it's a very long time to keep up with everything that they can expect us to do and cannot expect us to do.
Right.
And there's a very thin line sometimes for them to just think that, okay, they can do this. So for me, I think 5 out of 12 pages, of course, there's formatting, there's blank spaces, but I choose to start on the second page just because I don't want to have the same section continuing into another section. So I want to keep all the sections separate. So it is 12 pages, but it is required according to me. And I think
I like that.
I think people are reading it, not reading it, but they have it, they're signing it, they're comfortable with it. I did not have anybody come back and say that it is too big or this, but they were agreeing because I do have initials on each page. And they were probably reading and initialing everything. So they're understanding what this and how this is going to work for the next 1 year. And I did ask a lot of vendors how they do it. And I discussed all the issues.
That's so important, right? Because you got to know what everyone's doing. Because you're also going to be learning from them.
Yes. And it's, I mean, if 5 years down the line, a new planner in the industry comes and talks with me and asks me questions, I would love to help them and give them some blueprint that will put them 6 months forward or a year forward. Because those experiences, they will learn after the experience. But why not give them that buffer such that they can move forward faster? And a lot of people were very helpful. I'm very thankful to them. And it helped me grow. It helped me better manage. It helped me better handle the situation, especially with the clients and the family on the day of. Very nicely, politely, but I learned it with experience.
Nice. You
Yeah.
said that, you already planned the whole event with the bride and groom.
Yes.
Now you got 10 people coming at you, right? Do you talk to each of the individuals differently, or do you have like a blank slate, a blank statement that's going to be generic for all 10?
I think if you give a blank statement generic, I don't think it's ideal.
Right.
It's not me. First of all, I
what I
cannot
was
do
trying to
that.
get at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
100%.
cannot do that. I think I have learned this over the period of time, and life calms you down. No matter how vibrant, how energetic, how, full of thrive you are, life calms you down. And
Right.
I think life has calmed me down. I would just go and say whatever I want to. That's how I was probably 10 years ago. But now I'm a different person. I think before I speak. I speak politely no matter what. I've conditioned my system into that.
Right.
So no matter how worked up or irritated I am on that day, or stressed I am because of line of things that are happening, I think I manage to answer politely as I can. Even if the answer that I'm giving is a turn off or supposed to be like, don't ask me again.
Right.
I would want to say it with a better choice of words.
Of course.
Such that they of course understand what that means and also are feeling good that it was said nicely to them. Because I think even when they come and tell me, I have a lot of people who don't know how to treat vendors. I've seen that.
I see it all the time.
Yes. And then there are
you're the
many
hired help at that point.
Yes.
And that's unfortunate to even
Yes.
say that.
Yeah.
But that's the way
Yeah.
some guests even think. You're the hired help.
Yes.
So as the hired help, you're not working for the bride and groom, you're working for that particular person now.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
sucks.
And sometimes we're asked to do things that we're not even supposed to do. No person is supposed to ask another person to do that. Some requests are like that.
Yeah.
But there are ways in which we just try to maneuver and say that, okay, that's not something we'll do, or we guide them who can do it.
Yeah.
But we try and make sure it's communicated in a better way.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah,
Communication
yeah,
has to be
yeah.
the forefront of
Yeah.
a successful event.
Yeah.
You
Most
know,
of the times it's not what you said, it's how you said it.
you took the words out of my mouth. It's how you say
How
it.
you say it. Even when somebody says something to me, I mean, you fight with me, argue with me, taunt me, do whatever.
Right.
But if you say it in a right way with respect, I would respect you back.
Facts. When someone talks to me and they're just going at it, I just sit back and listen.
Yes.
Wait till they're done.
Yes.
Because you already have their answer. As soon as they open their mouth, you already have the answer.
Yeah.
So just wait until they're done, get it off their chest. Are you done? Do you feel better? Now, this is why that's not going to work, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I'll tell you why. A, B, and C. Once you go down that list, like, beta, you are right. There's none going to work. That's right, uncle. That's right, auntie. Now go have a glass, have some cake, sit down, and enjoy the rest of the festivities.
That is true.
They're like, okay, beta, thank you. It's the best thing.
Therapist.
Yeah. It's a big thing to play that therapist role. We should get paid more for that.
Yes.
'Cause that's-
Therapists get paid the most.
They do.
Trust me.
They do. You don't, I mean, being a therapist, being a wedding planner is fine, right? You could learn how to do that.
Yes.
Learning logistics, you can learn how to do that. You can learn how to do a lot of things. But being a therapist, you really can't
cannot-
learn how to be a therapist. I mean, you have
It
to have the
comes from
personality.
within.
It comes from within, right? That's why not everybody
Empathy,
can.
sympathy.
There you
I
go.
think if you don't have that, you can't be a therapist.
Empathy and sympathy.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the requirements to be a wedding planner, especially in the South Asian industry at this point. Right? There's so many things that you can do, right? So many experiences you can bring,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I try to tell my clients I bring a sense of tranquility in a room of chaos. And that's exactly what it is, right? You have so many things that are happening, so many things that go wrong right in front of your face.
Yeah.
Just chill out.
Yeah.
Just relax, have a
Yeah.
smile on your face. It will all work out eventually,
Yeah.
right? And you have to have the same mindset. If I don't believe that, they won't believe that.
Yes, yes,
It's my energy that's going to come off of me, and they're going to,
Yes.
it's me giving and them receiving,
Yes.
right?
I think your energy impacts your team.
Right.
It impacts the other vendors that are in there doing their individual jobs, but it's the energy flow.
Right.
And my dad used to always tell me that if you're the leader, you're the king, or you're at a position where your decisions impact other people,
Right.
it's very right for you to first think what to say, what to think, and what to do, and how to feel, and how other people should be made felt.
Right.
Because it makes a huge difference. A king can't be confused. A leader can't be confused. Even if he is, he can't show it.
Right.
Because it's the energy flow. And it has to be cohesive. It has to be organized. It has to be managed. You could be having a turmoil inside, but we have to manage the emotions.
That's every day, V.
Every day. Every day. Manage emotions, get your head straight, and then prioritize, multitask, and get it done.
100%.
I think that's the process.
Everybody in the wedding industry is all turmoil. Inside, they're all crying, but outside, they're smiling, having a great time, jumping up and down, really enjoying themselves. And that also takes a toll on a person.
Yes.
I mean, being in the wedding industry, I think it's going to teach us a lot more than we would have learned ordinarily working in a 9 to 5, right? Being in the wedding industry, you're not going to just learn, but you're going to grow.
Yes, you're going to grow.
You're going to grow just like this, right? You're going to become tough.
Thick skin, like you said.
Thick skin. It's huge. Because now you're just not dealing. Because Indian people, I love our Indian people.
I love them.
I'm Gujarati. I love my Gujarati families. I love Gujarati people. But we're so mean. We're so mean.
Especially with help.
Right.
Especially with hired help, like you said.
I think that's the culture behind it too, right? Because if you're in India, I mean,
it's a generational chain.
Right.
Which has broken from our generation, but it is not broken from the generations before us,
right,
which are still in play. So it'll take time.
I used to hire a service to clean my house and my parents' house. And I used to just walk in and see them do their work. My mom used to, I'm like, Mom, stop. You can't do that.
And I don't think our parents want to hear that.
No. I tell my mom, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like, but that's all she knows, unfortunately, right? And she learns, right? She's like, okay, Beta, you're right.
Our parents are great.
Right.
We love them. But then there are certain ways which we would do differently if we were in that situation compared to what they would do.
That's because we know a little bit more.
Yes.
You know, where, like you said, empathy. We know how to empathize. I feel like our forefathers didn't know how to do all that because they weren't really in touch with themselves. You know, they had a job to do. That was to provide. The men had a job to do. That's to provide. The women had a job to do. That was to nurture. And that's all they knew. That was the extent of their lives. And that worked for them. I mean, being Indian, being Hindu, it worked for thousands and thousands of years.
Even
right?
today. Even today in India, people
100%.
are still in that format.
Right.
And it'll take some years.
So it makes me think, it's not really broken, right? Is it harsh and rough around the edges? Sure.
Yes.
Like a diamond. It's rough around the edges, right? So you got to polish it down, and eventually it'll be soft enough to put on a engagement ring. Let's put it that way, right? You know, like you said, it's all generational.
Yes.
You know, but Indian people are mean, man. I've come across some stuff. They're just looking at me like, first of all, my hair, right? I gotta talk about it. They look at me like, I'm like, yeah, this is my hair. Is that real? I'm like, yeah, you don't touch my hair. They ask me, can I touch your hair? No, you can't touch my hair. What's wrong with you?
You can't touch any. I have an uncle. So I would go to my native place, and you know how everybody would like Ashirwad?
Yeah.
And then I would do a hairstyle and they would just touch my hair and I would be like, don't touch it. And till date, I did that probably 20 years ago when I was a child, and my uncle still teases me. Don't touch my hair, don't touch my hair. So they have a thing about everything. And they want to touch every hairstyle or something or the other.
There's a curiosity behind it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Well, V, that's our time. Thank you for coming on to the Jay Rana Show. I really appreciate it. This conversation was fascinating.
Me too.
I really appreciate it. I would love for you to look at the camera, go enjoy your plugs, your IG, your Facebook, your internet, all that good stuff. Go for it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Jay. It was wonderful. I was very excited to come here, and it has been amazing, wonderful conversations. It's always a good time to talk with you. We are White Wave Events. I'm Vedangi. I work as a wedding planner. We do all kinds of events, weddings and all milestones. Our IG account is White Wave Events. Our website is whitewaveevents.com. Thank you.
As always, guys, thank you for joining us on the Jay Rana Show. A big round of applause for my very special guest, V. V, thank you for joining me. For more information on us, on the Titan Union, on the Jay Rana Show, Jay Rana events, everything Jay Rana, feel free to DM me. And as always, I'll see you on my dance floor. Peace.